last option of the day we'll talk about. Terrorism in the Philippines, places you should avoid. Find out which provinces in the Philippines you should avoid before you book your trip. From military areas to kidnapping hotspots, here is everything travelers need to know. Please subscribe to my channel, always hit the notification bell. Like is appreciated. Comment, and share my videos. Coronavirus, COVID-19, in the Philippines, updated the 13th of May 2020, all international flights have been suspended from the 3rd of May. From the 11th of May, all passengers arriving into Manila's Ninoy Aquino Airport will be tested for coronavirus, COVID-19, and must quarantine for at least 14 days. Metro Manila, Laguna and Cebu City are under an enhanced community quarantine until the 31st of May. This includes public movement restrictions to buying food, medicine and other essential items necessary for survival. Stay-at-home orders and a closure of non-essential businesses are part of the lockdown measures, and will remain in place for areas that are high risk. Lower-risk areas will be placed under a less strict quarantine from the 1st of May. There is disruption to domestic travel and public transport has been shut down. Wondering how your travel insurance might be affected by the COVID-19 outbreak? Find answers to some of our common questions about COVID-19. While most people you will meet in the Philippines are super friendly and the destinations you visit are incredibly beautiful, there are a few areas that are unsafe for travelers. Here's a list of places to avoid to make your visit to the Philippines safe. Military areas in the Philippines. The President of the Philippines declared martial law in the south of the country on May 23, 2017, following an attack on government facilities in the city of Marawi by ISIS insurgents. The military rule, superseding civil law, was in place for 2.5 years and ended on the 31st of December 2019. The military is an ever-present force in the Philippines, mainly due to the high risk of terrorism. Even when a ceasefire has been called, violence could flare up without warning. So, regardless of the current state of affairs during your stay, it's best to avoid these areas altogether. Terrorism risk in the Philippines. Terrorism is perhaps the biggest threat to tourist safety in the Philippines and continues to be an ongoing problem. The whole of the far south is a no-go zone. The areas of Mindanao, the Sulu Archipelago, and the Zamboanga Peninsula are all considered extremely dangerous and travelers are advised to stay away. The terrorist group Moro Islamic Liberation Front (MILF) has been blamed for numerous violent incidents, kidnappings, and frequent clashes with the Filipino security forces. Spin-off terrorist groups, including the Abu Sayyaf group and Jamaah Islamiyah, have broken away from MILF, and are particularly dangerous. They are responsible for bombings which have resulted in property damage, injury and death. The more rural areas of the country, including the island of Luzon to the north, should be avoided as it has seen the increased presence of the terrorist organization, the New People's Army (NPA). Over the past few years, terrorist acts, involving explosive devices in North Cotabato Province, Basilan, Isabela City, Jolo, Cotabato City, Makati and the Zamboanga Airport, have resulted in 41 deaths, and severe injury to well over 100 more. Most of the bombings took place on public transportation, and in crowded locations including restaurants and cathedrals. The unpredictability of terrorist acts makes them much more dangerous, so steer clear of the locations where they are more likely to occur. Will I get kidnapped in the Philippines? The risk of kidnap is especially hazardous for visitors because terror groups target travelers from overseas for the high-profile publicity, and the high ransom they can obtain from relatively wealthy families. Thankfully, these crimes are not widespread. The following locations carry a higher risk of kidnapping and should be avoided. Sarangani Province, North Cotabato Province, South Cotabato Province, General Santos City, Sultan Kudarat Province, Lanao del Sur Province, Lanao del Norte Province, Iligan City, Pangutaran Island. Additionally, several foreigners have been captured in Zamboanga City, Pagadian City, Patikul and Jolo in recent years. Is the Philippines dangerous? If you stick to destinations that are popular among travelers, and follow the advice of your government's travel advisory, you will no doubt have a safe and enjoyable time in the Philippines. Overall, the southern region of the Philippines is dangerous, and should be avoided. Current at February 2020, the U.S. government's travel advice to its citizens is do not travel to the Sulu archipelago, including the southern Sulu Sea, due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, and kidnapping, or Marawi City in Mindanao due to terrorism and civil unrest. They have also issued advice to reconsider travel to other areas of Mindanao due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, and kidnapping. The U.S. government advice, repeated by other foreign departments including Australia's DFAT, is for travelers to avoid these areas, to review personal security plans, to remain alert to the surroundings, monitor local news reports for updates and be vigilant. Kidnappings are difficult to predict and therefore can be challenging to avoid. Travel in groups and stay away from areas that have seen an increase in recent kidnapping incidents. There are plenty of beautiful locations throughout the Philippines that are trouble-free. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like button for more videos. Don't forget to subscribe.